Hey guys, I'm going to show you how we make this delicious North African street food called Mhadjeb in Algeria in your own kitchen. Now the dough recipe is really simple. All you need are 3 ingredients. That's fine semolina, salt, and really hot water. Not so hot that you can't touch it, but really warm water. I will list all the details and measurements in the caption for your reference. I mix it in a stand mixer. You can mix it by hand as well, but I like using the stand mixer. It's a lot easier because this dough, as you can see, it looks really crumbly at first, but I promise over about 5 minutes it will become this dough ball. It's a little bit sticky to touch, so coat your hands in some olive oil and coat the dough ball. This is about the texture you're looking at before it sets, and then set it aside for about an hour. During that time, you can chop up your vegetables. I will list all these details in the captions as well. You want to cook your onions and then add in your bell peppers and tomatoes. These are the spices I used, and chili flakes. If you want it spicy, you could totally skip that. Another optional ingredient is to add ground beef. You don't have to add it, but if you want, I like to add 1 pound of ground beef to the mix. And then at this point, once it's reduced, you want to give it a little taste and add whatever spices you want. Here I added a little pinch of ras hanout, totally optional, as it tastes good already. Now you're going to cut your dough into 16 pieces. You could cut it into 8 pieces if you want to make the really large size mhadjeb, but I like them medium sized, so I cut 16 pieces. And then you're going to stretch out and form each into a dough ball that's going to rest while you prepare your workstation. So this is how I stretch the dough balls and set them onto the pan. This dough is actually really fun to work with, so get ready for a good time. Once you're done forming all your balls, coat them in some oil. You can use olive oil or regular oil, doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. I used a mix of olive oil and neutral oil. And then set it aside and prepare your workstation. Now you need a cup of some oil, and you get each dough ball and lightly press on it, well, not lightly, firmly press on it to get it to a really flat consistency, just like I'm doing right here. You're going to gradually press along the edges to stretch it out, and then eventually you're going to have a nice paper thin like consistency to this dough. It's going to be about this thin when you're ready to add the stuffing. So you put in a big spoon of stuffing and flatten it out pretty flat along the center. And then you're going to fold it just like this. Grab each of the 4 edges and fold them in. Make sure you cover all the stuffing. And then you're going to press on it and stretch it a little bit more, just a little bit. And now you're ready to place it on your pan or griddle on medium heat for about 10 minutes per side. Press it down on the pan as well, just like I'm doing here. That's going to also help keep the dough thin. And then you flip it after 10 minutes on each side, and you're ready to enjoy.